going on, Pokemon League Championship fans? It is your host and CEO, Ian, aka Mura, aka Big Boss. What's going on? We've got my co-host, as usual, Jay.
AKA the Cleaner, AKA... Oh, I messed it up. I was gonna say.
And you had
clean
another
shirts,
one.
Mr. Clean Shirts, but it didn't
Mr.
work.
Stay Washing with the washing machine.
Mr. Stay Washed.
Mr. Too Clean.
Too clean. I like that.
And then we got my boy Dan over here, Dan-tastic, Danny Boy.
Heyo.
This is your playoff bracket reveal. So, that music's a little loud. Let me turn that down a smidge. This is your bracket reveal, so you'll be able to kind of get a feel for how playoffs are going to look. Sucks for some of us, but that's the way the dice roll. So I'm gonna go ahead and queue up the spreadsheet. That's all you're gonna see from this moment forward. Obviously, you'd prefer to look at my ugly mug, but we're gonna switch off to the spreadsheet, which is courtesy of our good man Jordan, who put this whole spreadsheet together for us so that we could do our playoff reveal. So shout out to Jordan. Big season this season. Everybody pretty much is done with their transfers. I think a couple of us have one or two more left. I know I have a drop left, so we're not exactly locked in for teams yet, but these are the standings as they are. Off of to the first page here, you'll see the bracket setup. So 5th and 8th will fight each other. 6th and 7th will fight each other on the bottom there. That's the very first week of playoffs. That is a one-off battle. So that's between the 5th and 8th seed and the 6th and the 7th seed going up head-to-head there. So let's go ahead and see who the first seed to place is. That is place 8th right here, the best of one bracket, and it is J-Wade. J-Wade with a 3-10 record coming in on the left side of the bracket, 8th spot. Key wins, he beat a Reese once. Key losses, he lost to a Reese once. And then he lost to Jay in week 3, Dan in another week after that. His key Pokemon are Tapu Fini, Pachirisu, and Blaziken. Those are pretty much his big hitters right there. He did just pick up Kyurem White, Kyurem Base, so that's a big Pokemon for him, and he's got some other Pokemon packing up the tail end there. His opponent no, never mind. We're going over the 7th spot, which is on the right side of the bracket. That's Jordan with a 6-7 record. He wins. He's beaten Jay. He losses. He's lost to me in week 6. He's lost to Reese, and he lost to Dan twice. By his own hand, Palkia is the only key Pokemon for him. That's the only guy you need to worry about right there. Let me shrink this logo here because it's getting in the way of his little analysis there. Those are the only Pokemon you need to worry about for him, according to Jordan. Now the 6th spot is me with a reverse. Woo! Hey! With a reverse of Jordan's record, a 7-6 record, ending at 5 points. With my key wins being Jordan and Dan, my key losses being Mike times 2 and a Reese. I would wager to say that 2 of my losses to Jay were also key losses. So just kick out there. According to Jordan, he thinks Incineroar and Zorora are 2 of my biggest Pokemon. I would definitely wager to agree there. I probably would pop up a Veltal on there too, because that's a big Pokemon for you to deal with. Zorora and Incineroar have been big my whole season, but there's other shit out there. That's our bracket. So on the right side, we have myself playing Jordan. That's the first playoff bracket match right there. He has lost to me. I have beaten him. So in regular season, we have a one-off here. Last season in playoffs, he beat me with a double protect combo that happened to work. I was really praying the double protect would work for me, and it did, but it didn't end up in a victory. So that sucked. But right there, we have me coming out versus Jordan, and then with the 5th spot locking it in, that's my boy Jay.
Cleaner!
Hey, so we got Jay. He wins. He's beaten Dan twice. He's beaten Jay Wade already. He has lost to a Reese And then his key Pokemon, Rotom Wash, Marshadow, and Dialga. I would also say that Kyurem White is a big one.
Sableye?
Sableye as well, yeah. So those are your first matchups. Dan, you get a week off, so we're going to come to you in a second. But Jay, how do you feel about your match going into this playoff bracket?
I have some things to get off my chest, Ian. I'm glad that you asked.
Jay
Wade's been talking a lot of shit in the chat for some reason. I do nothing to show this guy love, and appreciation. And I'm always like, bro, like, you're extremely handsome. It's okay. But all I get in return is disrespect, and like, I'm a 6-0 you. You're gonna need all the help you can get. Listen, bitch, let's get something straight. I already busted your ass once this season, and the only reason you're here is because Chris forfeited. Let's be completely honest. If we're being real, I'm just saying, let's be real. He's only here because Chris is forfeited. I do think I have the better team. I do think I'm the better player, and I'm gonna prove it. That's pretty much it. I don't think he has a shot. If I had to pick a score for this match, if I don't win by more than 4, I'm gonna call this a loss on my part.
So that's big. That's big britches you're stepping into, Jay Wade, with a record of 3-10. Really rough record there. Worst record of the season, but to be honest, not the worst record in history of the league. There have been some worse records there. Right, and then my bracket, I'm going up against Jordan here. Too bad Jordan's not here to defend himself. I'm going to kick his ass. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I do have something to prove from last season with him getting that double protect win off on me. Our teams match up pretty well against each other. We've got some counters for each other. I've got some of his Pokemon that he had earlier in the season. He has some of my Pokemon that I had earlier in the season. We both know each other pretty well. Both of our teams kind of have a Fake Out and Tailwind and Trick Room ability. So it's going to be an interesting match. That brings us to the larger bracket at hand here. The right and the left, the east and the west conferences here coming in. So the better remaining seed, that means that whoever has the highest placement, that means if Jay wins against Jay Wade, he's gonna play Dan. He's gonna play 4th seed. He's gonna play 4th seed. If
Dan does not want to see me too, by the way, I know that Dan doesn't. That's why I'm gonna win. I already swept the season series, so I'm like, let me sweep his ass in playoffs.
All right, so that's if Jay wins, and then if Jay Wade wins, this is what's really cool. This is what's really interesting about this match. It doesn't matter who wins between Jordan and I. That doesn't really fucking matter. Whoever wins between Jay and Jawade, that determines which side we're gonna go to. Because if Jawade wins, he automatically is going to fight 3rd place. If Jay wins, he automatically is going to play 4th seed. So that match determines which way we're going here on the brackets here. I would wager to say that Western Conference is a little bit easier, and we'll talk about that in a second. If I beat Jordan, it doesn't matter. If Jordan beats me, it doesn't matter. It really depends on who wins between Jawade and Jay to determine which side we're going to go in the brackets here. So again, if Jay wins, he's going to play 4th seed. If Jawade wins, he's going to play 3rd seed. And then the other side, myself or Jordan, will go to the opposite side. Those brackets here are the top seeds, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Coming in at 4th spot, we got you, Dan.
Danny!
He wins, Zach.
The only win on Zach, might we add.
The only win on Zach. Key win there with an 8-5 record. Key losses, Jay twice.
Twice.
Zach
times 2.
And me once. So he has some pretty key losses there. If Jay wins, he has to play Jay. And he has 2 losses to Jay in regular season. So undoubtedly, I'm assuming Dan.
Dan doesn't want to see me, bro.
You know what?
I know that Dan doesn't want to see me.
I want you to win because we cannot end this season with 2 losses.
What's cool about that too is, let's say that Jay wins. He plays Dan. They have to do a best of 3, as you can see in the top left corner here. It's no longer a one-off. It's a best of 3. So
best of 3.
If Jay wins and plays Dan, Dan has a chance to redeem his score overall versus Jay.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Because if he wins twice, even if he loses once, and technically if he loses once and he wins twice, Jay still has 1 point up on him. But if he wins twice in a row, ties it up.
That doesn't matter, because even if we tie in like overall, he still advances. All I'm saying is I've put on my Kratos war paint. I've gone up Mount Olympus twice, grabbed Dan by the neck, threw him down 2 times, and now I'm looking up at the mountain, and I see Jay Wade. I see Jay Wade with like a red coat and some drums. I'm like, if you don't get the hell out the way so I can go get this guy.
So Jay Wade standing in the way of Dan. Jay standing in the way of who's third seed? Boom, it's a Reese. Oof, that's a rough one there. So a Reese is, if Jay Wade wins, he has to play a Reese. If Jay Wade loses, Jordan or myself have to play a Reese. It's neither of those is good for whoever, whichever happens, whoever plays a Reese's team is pretty awesome after Speakman's, disillusion of his team. He dropped a lot of stuff, he traded a lot of stuff, and Reese picked up Reshiram for him, he picked up Zarina from Jay. So like he has some good stuff to answer me just from picking up Zarina from Jay and stuff. He already had good stuff to answer me. So if I have to play a Reese, which would happen if Jay beats Jawade, it's pretty likely, let's be honest. Then I probably will have to play a Reese if I beat Jordan. And Reese's key wins over here. He beat me, he beat Jawade, he beat Jay, and he beat Jordan. So no matter who he has to play, he's beaten all of us once at least in the regular season. So odds are already in his favor. He's already beaten me, he's already beaten Jawade, he's already beaten Jay, and he's already beaten Jordan. No matter who he's playing, he has a win on them. Those are big wins. In his key losses, he has 2 to Mike, although I will make the caveat that one of those was a surrender. And he has a loss to Jay Wade. So he has technically lost to Jay Wade. And if Jay Wade wins, then he goes up against Reese, at which point Reese can settle the score, or Jawade might come out on top, maybe. I mean, if Jawade has the stones to beat Jay, maybe he can take down Reese again.
I'm waiting for the washing machine to get taken out.
Man.
So, key Pokemon...
Hold on, Ian. I just don't know if you heard that. He needs Jay Wade to take me out because he doesn't want to see me in 2 weeks. All right, Dan. It's okay, bro. I'm telling you, Dan doesn't want to see. It's okay, bro. It's okay. Bro.
I don't need it. I'm just stating facts about who's going to end up on top.
Oh, man. And Dan would be the authority on tops and bottoms.
Pause.
Moving on. That's the 3rd spot. That's a really rough spot, and Reese's team just got really powerful. So no matter what happens there, the right conference already starts out really. No offense to Dan. No offense. I'm sorry, but Reese has like this team, man. Like, and he's also a 2-time champ. So he's won the league twice. So he's just a big intimidation on that side. As you see on the top 2 parts here, we have a darker blue. That's because those players get a 2nd week off. They are the 1st and the 2nd seed, starting with Mike with a 10-3 record. Hendo. Check this shit out. This guy has beaten every single person under him seed-wise pretty much twice. He would have maybe, we can wager to guess that he would have beat Jordan twice if he had fought him twice. But he's beaten Reese twice. He's beaten Jay twice. He's beaten me twice. He beat Jordan once, and he beat Jay Wade twice. So even if Jay Wade makes it to a Reese, he has to fight the bracket of the brothers with Mike. And he's already lost twice to Mike. So I've already lost twice to Mike. You know what I mean? And that would be if I have to go up
Mike
against
is
a Reese.
funny, bro.
I have to play a Reese, and then I have to play friggin' Mike. I have to play both of those players, and they've beaten the shit out of me already. Like, so the right bracket probably, again, no offense to the left bracket, but the Eastern Conference is probably the most intimidating part of the brackets there. Key losses on Mike is Dan and Zach. I would wager to say that Zach's win was definitely hacks, but Dan was well earned. And his key Pokemon are Zekrom and Tapu Koko. Also would say Pelipper there. He's got a lot of really powerful Pokemon on his team. Some good Swift Swimmers, some good setups. So Mike's intimidating at second spot. He gets 2 weeks off. First spot coming in at number 1 with a 10-1 record. We are 12-1 record. Sorry. That's 11 wins in a row. He's beaten everybody. He's lost to Dan with little squiggly eyes. His key Pokemon are Lunala and Ho-Oh. It's Zach, 12-1 record.
Zach, Akai.
Hitting 11 wins in a row, right? No. He has 10 wins in a row, right?
Nah, I think it's 11.
When did Dan beat him?
Is it? Wait.
Did Dan beat him?
I beat him.
Beat two, right?
Yeah. So yeah, he beat me, and then he has 11 wins in a row and 1 loss. That's a league record. And he has beaten everybody below him already.
Everybody.
Every single person. So let's look at the bracket as a whole here. We have Jay versus Jawade. Whoever wins from that determines the placements. Let's go on the more likely scenario that Jay wins. Jay will move up to fight Dan. And let's say that, for the sake of argument, I win. You know, the secret says to put out what you want in the universe and it'll come back to you. So let's say that I win. I will go up against a Reese if Jay wins in that scenario, at which point I'll be in the bracket of the brothers, and that's a deadly bracket to be in.
Read the chat, you slackers.
Are really awesome. We're listening to you, Mike.
Yes, Mike, we know.
If Jay makes it through, he plays Zach. That's actually not true, Mike. Once you place right here, if Jay Wade wins, he goes to the right bracket, and then he's locked in. If Jay wins, he goes to the left bracket, and then he's locked in, and we're locked in on those conferences. We don't actually switch back, as you might say the normal bracket would work. Once we go to the upper bracket, we're locked into that side. That just is what it is. So you're wrong about that, but it's probably how it should have worked. We had a whole conversation with Jordan earlier about it. The way that it's going, though, is if Jay wins, he's going left bracket, and then I or Jordan would go right bracket, and then we're locked in there until finals. So let's say Jay wins. Jay, you're going to win, right?
Of course.
All right, so you're going to win. You go up against Dan. You guys have a storied past here. Let's say you win, Dan.
Listen.
I mean, let's say Jay wins. I'm sorry. Let's say Jay wins.
Storied past with that gym leader tournament. I care about the stats. I care about what matters when the time comes. That's all I'm saying. When it's like a little off-season tournament, he can have his wins. But when it's in the season is what matters. And I came and I conquered the God's domain. And if I get past this little guy with his red coat and his tea and his crumpets, I'm taking the bus back to Olympus. I'm going to try to take Dan off his throne again.
And then at which point you'd have to fight. You would have to fight through Zach. So you would have to.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I haven't talked shit all season. It's my opportunity to talk shit.
Go for it, man.
But listen, one loss. First of all, Zach ain't shit. Whether it's Smash Bros, whether it's Pokemon battling, he ain't shit. He has a couple wins.
That's true.
He has a couple wins. I'm just stating facts. You could say he should be at 11-2.
When you go to the dictionary and you look up "ain't shit," it's his picture next to it.
Oh my god.
So I know it's gonna be a tough matchup, but I think I play Zach really well. I'm not saying I'm gonna win. I'm not that full of myself, but
But let's live in that reality. Let's live in that reality, though. Let's say you beat Joey. You go up against Dan. Let's say you beat Dan. You go up against Zach. Let's say you beat Zach. Whoever's on the right bracket, I believe in myself. I'm gonna give it my all. If I make it to the right bracket, it would be hard as fuck for me to beat a Reese and then also beat Mike. You know what I mean? Like, I will be exhausted. If I get up there and I beat a Reese, I'm gonna be tired as fuck by the time I go up against Mike. And then if I beat Mike, I have potentially in this reality to go up against you or Zach. Like, that's a rough. The right bracket is the roughest bracket in my opinion.
Hell yeah! I'm glad I'm not on that side.
Yeah, it's fucked. So it's a really bad one. If Jay Wade wins, he goes up against a Reese. He would have to beat a Reese and then also Mike, and then play whoever wins on the Western Conference there. Dan, we've been kind of not letting you talk a lot. How do you feel?
All I'm saying is that I'm gonna take this Marshad and skin his fucking kneecap.
Oh shit! So he's also saying fuck Jay Wade, which means fuck me because now I'm on the Eastern bracket,
which means fuck me.
Wait, on a serious note though, Jay Wade has been playing extremely well as of late.
Oh,
that being said, the final score, Jay 4, Jay Wade 0.
All right, that's a bold prediction, Cotton. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm feeling confident. He beat me last year in playoffs. I can't let it happen again. I'm gonna say that I beat Jordan. No offense, Jordan. I'm gonna say I beat you. I'm not gonna give it a number though because I'm just not. I don't want to jinx myself there. I'm gonna beat you, but once I get to a Reese, I mean, I'm gonna fucking probably beat a Reese. But then I don't know if I can beat Mike because he beat me twice. But I'm gonna try.
Man, you just gotta have hacks on your side. You gotta get them pair hacks.
Try.
I'm gonna try.
Zach to make your Pokemon.
Nah.
Seriously, I don't know what he does. It's something about it. Just ask him.
He brings the fuck out of them Pokemon. I'll tell you what.
Oh my god. So the arguably, I think we can all agree that the Eastern Conference is the more difficult conference. Dan, let's live in the world where Jay Wade loses and you beat Jay. You go up against Zach.
Obviously.
You beat him once. Did he fight you again after that?
Yeah, he did.
And so you guys have a 1-1 story history going on here. That'd be a big one. Beating him would bring you to the finals, and that would put you up against, I'm going to just be fucking honest, Mike. Probably against Mike.
Jesus Christ.
And, I mean, even if, let's say I lose to a Reese, like, no offense to a Reese, but, like, nobody knows a Reese more than Mike. They've played a bunch, and in almost every regular season play, Mike has beaten a Reese, even in previous seasons. Mike probably would have beat, no offense to a Reese, but Mike probably would have beat a Reese in season 1 because he had the team for it, but he lost to me, and I ended up going up against a Reese and losing. But that was a really good match. For those singles, whatever, it doesn't matter. Mike has a great record. He's got an amazing team. His team alone is intimidating, and then he knows a Reese better than everybody. So in the world where I make it up and a Reese beats me, I'm wagering that Mike beats a Reese. I'm saying that Mike makes finals. I don't know on the Western bracket there because that's just a really hard bracket. I live in the world where Jay wins to Jay Wade. So Jay, Dan, and Zach, that's a wild bracket. That could go anywhere.
If I had to pick coming out the East bracket, I'd probably pick Mike. I do think, no offense to somebody else, I know Zach, so he has the win streak. I think this is Mike's year.
I agree.
He's been extremely close for the past couple seasons. He made finals last year, but I feel like this is what's it called? The championship team, and I really think this is going to be the one where he finally takes the crown. The West bracket, I want to, if I'm being serious, all right, just like not joking around, I do think me and Dan are probably going to go to game 3. He's made a lot of good moves, and I have to check out his team. I haven't checked it out, but he's made a lot of good moves. And then with Zach has beaten me twice. The first one was a bit of an error on my part. I could have probably maybe pulled out a W, but then the second one was a complete ass whooping from Zach coming from me. And then if Dan was to face Zach, I feel like that'd also go to a game 3. I don't know who'd win that one. I'd have to see how Dan plays versus me if I do go, or if he plays versus Ian or whoever advances. So yeah, I think it's definitely going to be, these playoffs are definitely interesting. And yeah, man, everybody good luck. And we'll see you guys next week.
Oh, hold on, man. I got some more to add to that. Dan, you got anything to add before I go?
Honestly, I don't really have anything like serious, but like if I do make it on top, I'm gonna make sure Mike is in the finals too. I'm tired of this. You won off of hack, so I want to win legitimately this time.
Okay.
Fighting words, I like it.
I think that I'm gonna make a couple of statements here. Eastern bracket Western bracket in the world where Jay wins against Jay Wade. That could literally go anywhere. The crazy thing is, between all the players, I think that Jay and Dan have a team that could take down Mike. I don't think that Zach really does have a good matchup against Mike, specifically after Mike secured that Mammo Swine. I think that
Baltimorean.
Yeah, I think that Mike has a stern advantage over Zach in team composition here. So if Zach were to make finals versus Mike in finals, like, I'm definitely leaning Mike there. No offense, Zach. And then honestly though, if you or Jay win, I think that you guys have the team that could do it. So that'd be kind of a toss-up. No offense to you, Jay, but I think if you were to win against Dan and Zach, you would be really exhausted. So I'm gonna I'm gonna lean towards Mike on that matchup. But Dan, you have a real shot at taking him down if you can beat Jay. So I think this is my prediction. I'm saying, just like Jay did, I'm thinking a Mike champion this year. Although it is possible that a Reese sneaks by and then also takes another championship, being a third-time champion. That would be crazy. But I think that Jay and Dan both have a shot to take down Mike. Zach has an uphill battle. Everybody wants to take him down. Everybody wants to take him down.
Statement right there.
If we were to live in a world where I took my whole bracket, I'm gonna be exhausted in finals. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true. I mean, just not like joking around aside. I do think like everyone here's team is extremely good. I don't think there's a single bad team in this bracket. I feel like the people at the top, Mike and Zach, I just feel like their teams are just, I don't want to say they're just on, I don't want to say another level, because like there are a lot of teams that are really close, but the way they've done trades, they've done wires, they've both done it extremely well. Let's say Jay Wade beats me, which is a real, like, joking aside, is a real possibility. He's been playing really well and it seems extremely bulky. I don't see him beating a Reese or at all. Unfortunately,
I don't see that.
I don't see it happening at all.
And that would mean that, and that would mean that Mike would play against a Reese, which I think is a likely possibility.
Mm-hmm. And then between you and Jordan, whoever wins that, going against Dan, as I said, Dan played really well this week. Again, I've really been paying attention to like his moves, or like some of the people's moves. I've just focused on the people who are like in front of me every week. So I'm eager to see. That match. If I had to pick a winner, it'd honestly be a toss up. I think I don't know, man, because I like Jordan's team. I just feel like there's something. I don't know. I feel like in playoffs we get like a different type of Jordan who just plays 10 times better.
Yeah.
But, eventually, like, I don't want to say he falls, but like he falls. And then with you, Ian, you remember you saying, I feel like if you get your confidence up, I feel like you could possibly take Dan. But I definitely think it's gonna be a toss up for that if I do lose to J-Way.
Yeah. Definitely. But I be honest, I feel so fucking good to be on that bracket. Like, I would much rather be on Dan and Zach's bracket because here's the reality of the situation. It's like that Godzilla movie, that scene in that new Godzilla movie where that dude's like, let them fight. I want Ares and Mike to take each other out. One of those take each other out so I don't have to deal with both of them. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's true. That's
That's what I want to happen. I don't want to be on the right bracket. I want to be on the left bracket, and I want Mike and Ares to take each other out. But that's just how it's going to go. So that is your playoff bracket, guys. Good luck, homies. We will see you in the playoffs, which we will stream next Sunday. Players, you have until Saturday to go to do your matches. We're giving you an extension by 1 day because we had a late stream. Outside of that, guys, that's been the Pokemon League Championship bracket analysis as well as the bracket reveal. We'll see you guys in playoffs. Big shout out to my co-hosts, Jay and Dan.
What's going to happen on Wednesday is a reenactment of the, what's it called? I don't want to say the, American, but I'm just going to say it's going to be close to the American Revolution.
I mean, fucking dump his tea in the harbor, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. I'm going to teabag him, then throw his tea.
Wait,
right?
I like tea.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever,
so that's
man.
going to be a crazy match. And we'll see you guys there. Peace out and have a great week.